Dear people, welcome to another episode of Tip of the Week, and today we are discussing the topic automation. The thing with automation is there is a lot of stuff you can do. You can go crazy, you can do just really weird stuff that will sound very awesome in the end. But the type of automation we're talking about today is mainly how you use automation for your track progress. So let's take this build for example. I've found a build of our bootleg of Avicii's SOS, and we do this in almost every track. It's just really simple way to build towards a drop using automation. One is Reverb. That's what we're going to start with. So what's happening here towards the drop is that Reverb starts building. We've used an Ableton reverb for this, and we automated the dry wet button. You can do this with any reverb and it will sound cool. We're using this on a master, but you can also use just tracks on their own, like your leads for example. Reverb is building towards the drop. And as soon as the kick hits, all reverb is gone. I think even we diminish at the end a little bit, so there will be more space for a vocal in this case. But sometimes you want your drums not to be in reverb, so you build on reverb, 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 reverb. Here comes the fill, and there's the drop. You want to create some space for that. So I will exaggerate it a little bit. A little bit too much, but you get the idea. Another thing is, this is something really cool that gives your track a lot of energy. Something that Avicii also, I think, used to do in every track, is to get rid of the low end towards a drop. You can also use this as a transition from your verse to your pre-chorus or to your chorus, but also definitely if you're building towards a drop, is to automate, just take a high pass filter and start automating the frequency. It will sound like your whole track is being elevated. Check it out. Now without the filter. And now with. And here it says it's going even until like about 500 Hertz. It's taking everything away. You can just try it out and see what works out the best. That's the golden rule. Also, I'll exaggerate this a little bit. Another thing, and now we get to a different kind of automation. You can use Ableton's utility for this, but this is just a leveler, just a fader on the channel. What we always do is we make a small decline in volume towards the drop, so your drop will sound more powerful automatically. Let's get a little bit softer, and it's back again. This way your drop hits harder. This is actually something that comes with mastering, so if you're mastering your track or you're having your track mastered someplace else, then this would be their job also. However, we just, you're gonna do it anyway. If somebody else is mastering your track, he or she will do it like this. So you can already try it out yourself because it will just add a little bit of more energy to your drop, which is kind of counterintuitive since you're cutting in the volume, right? You're getting it, you're diminishing volume, but it will result in more power in the end. Another thing, and this all has the same goal, it's about building tension and making that drop hit as hard as possible, is stereo imaging. We use S1 by Waves, it's great for this, it's just very simple. Use this knob, the width of it, you can do crazy stuff with this one, but it's you can go for some asymmetric stuff, but that's what we're aiming for right now. We're just going for the width of the track. Try to narrow it towards the drop. As you can see, we made an automation here where the track gets a little bit more narrow in your spectrum, and in the drop it will all be wide again. you don't want to go all mono towards the drop. Here we only did it lightly. I can imagine for some tracks doing it a little bit more. But this will also, just give that wow effect. Especially imagine you DJing at a festival or something like that, or playing at a club that you want to blow the crowd away. So why not, make you want to make the perception of your track, of your lead, as wide and powerful as possible. So just create a little difference by narrowing it before the drop. Also exaggerating this one. Clearly too much. Yeah, that's way too much. Keep it subtle. That's especially because we're not just doing the imaging thing. We're not just doing the reverb thing. It's and reverb. I will open up everything. And the filtering. The imaging and also the gaining. So that's it. These plugins we use to build tension. That's basically it. It's really as easy as that. And if you turn them all off, you will hear big differences. There we go. This is without the effect. And with all effects turned on. Sounds a little bit bigger, doesn't it? Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and we hope you learned something.